Hi friends, it's Terri Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. In this video tutorial, I'm going to share some projects I created using the templates on page 16 of Stampin' Up's September through December 2024 mini catalog. I love that Stampin' Up has included some templates in the mini catalog, and their new mini catalog coming out for January 2025 also has some templates in that catalog. So excited that this is available to all of us as a resource for inspiration. I love using templates as a starting point for my creativity. Now, on page 16, you're going to see 10 different tags and 10 different card templates. Now, you can use a card template as a tag, as inspiration for a tag for a scrapbook page. You can use the tag as an inspiration for a card and a scrapbook page. So I'm going to show you all three different types that I have created with my samples. Now my first project I'm going to share, first projects, I'll say that plural, are with the very first tag on page 16. Now when I look at this tag, I see obviously the tag and a banner, and that's all that's on the template. But you can add more. This is a starting point for your creativity. So when I looked at this tag, I chose to use some of the online exclusive products for this project. And for all the projects I'm going to share in this tutorial, I use the online exclusive product that became available November 5th, 2024. And the first projects I'm going to share, I'm using product from the Marbled Elegance Suite collection. I've used the stamp set, the dies, and I've used the twine. So let me show you some of that product that I've used. And if you are interested in the 4-page PDF that I created, I will have that available to download on my blog. Now, if you found me via YouTube, you'll find my blog post, the link to my blog post in the text portion of the video. So select the more to see the text underneath the video, and you'll have a direct link to that blog post. So the Hearts of Elegance bundle, you have four images plus a lot of sentiments in this stamp set. With the dies, which are bundled with the stamp set for 10% savings, or you can purchase them separately, you have different size heart shapes along with 3 dies that will cut out 3 of the 4 images. So actually it'll cut out all 4 of them because one of the hearts will cut out this. So you have these 3 for these 3 and this one for this one. So I love how you can do that with the product. So I chose to use that bundle, and then I used the beautiful designer series paper that's in that suite. Now this is called Marbled Elegance 12 by 12. It's a specialty paper. You have a beautiful marble design on one side with a gold foil, and on the back side you have a background print. You have a variety of different colors that it coordinates, and I love that Stampin' Up's designer series paper coordinates with their cardstock, their ink pads, a lot of the different embellishments that they sell. And in the packet you get 2 each of the 6 double-sided designs, and they are absolutely beautiful. So they can be used for many, many different projects. So what I have done is use the designer series paper. I use the dies, and I cut out a series of hearts. And as I mentioned, this is a starting point. Now this tag, we have a tag top punch that punches this. And so I have a 2-inch tag. I did the tag topper punch on this. This is called the Elegance Edge Tag Topper Punch. So it makes all the holes and then a little hole for the twine. This is part of the suite as well. With the suite, you have 1 code number to buy everything if the product's in stock, or you can purchase them separately. I also use those beautiful hearts that are part of the suite, and they are adhesive back, 3 different sizes, and they are the adhesive back heart sequence, and they're flat, so they're really nice for mailing projects. So what I did with this is I have the banner, and I hand cut the little flags on the end, and then I just put a series of hearts using the designer series paper and the gold foil. Now, a tag can be a tag for your gift for a package, or you can add it to a card front and have a beautiful card. So you can also use that on a scrapbook page of any size that you prefer. Now, the card I created, I took the same concept with the tag. I used different colors and I die cut the hearts in different, you know, like the large one, and this one is a gold foil. I hope you can see that beautiful stitching on the dies. And this one I cut out of the designer series paper. I only stamped lots of love on this one. The stamp includes sending lots of love. So if you separate those, you can use that for lots of different projects or paper crafting projects. And then I added a strip of the designer series paper on the side of the card. So that is my card. Now, the beauty of paper crafting, you can take a card design and use that concept for a scrapbook page, or you could take a scrapbook layout and use that for a card, and vice versa with the tags. This is my 6x6 scrapbook page that I created using that tag template as my concept. I stacked the hearts again, have designer series paper in the back. It looks like my little bow that I put on with a mini glue dot has fallen off. And what I did was I took this twine and I bet it just fell off because I didn't burnish it well enough. What you want to do is make sure that you press down on the adhesive, that it gets a good bond. And sorry about that, but that's an easy fix. So I put a bow up here and I used a different sentiment in that stamp set and I added those sequin hearts. Now this is my mat where I can add a photo. And as I mentioned, you can create these scrapbook pages in 6x6 or 12x12 or any size in between. But templates are a great starting point. Now I have some more projects I want to share with you and samples that I have. I also use the online exclusive products for this one. I used the Happy Hibiscus bundle, which is a stamp set and dies and a hybrid folder. Now I just dropped my mini catalog. I'm gonna have to pick that up because I need to reference that for the sketch that I used. Oh goodness. And I almost put everything off the table. That's part of how your videos go sometimes, so please bear with me. So for this series of projects I want to share with you, as I mentioned, I use the Happy Hibiscus bundle, which gives you the stamp set, a folder, and dies. This is amazing. I love the hybrid embossing folders. And I want to make that clear. You get the folder and the dies. You do not order those separately. They come together. Now there is a die that this is one stamp. So you stamp these outlines with one stamp, and then you have one die that will cut all of those out. So you cut all of those out with one die. Now what I did for these three separate images, I stamped over those to get the two-step stamping, and then you can cut that out. You have two different images for your different size leaves. Combining those gives you a two-step. Dies will cut those out. You got a couple label dies, these cute flowers, and a couple greenery. Now to the folder, this is a 3D folder. You can run this through with your cardstock inside and just texturize your paper. But if you take the die with the three flowers on the logo side, place that in here, put that down until you find that perfect fit where it does not shift. Put your cardstock in there, close it, run it through. It will cut out and emboss those three flowers all in one pass on your die cutting machine. So I love working with those, and I use that for the next project. So the sentiments I used for this project was I did use a couple in the stamp set, but I also used the Happy Birthday from the Simply Said stamp set. This is in the annual catalog. So what I did for these projects was I decided to work with this template. this tag template, and I thought the flowers were perfect. Here you have a small banner, which is, I look at that as a sentiment. Then you have 3 images. I'll call them decorative images. Now keep in mind, when you use a card sketch template, if you see an oval for a decorative image, it can be any size, any shape, and you can add multiples. So you can add more than 3, less than 3, but this is a starting point. Now I used the very same tag punch for this sample. I have the happy birthday from the Simply set. I did a paper snips and cut the banner on the side. I stamped the outline of the flower in the memento. Then I stamped the bold part of the flower in Daffodil Delight. And then what I did, so I stamped memento and then Daffodil Delight on there. And then what I did is I took a small blending brush and I put this in my Melon Mambo ink, and I added color to the middle. And that was a fun way to just add color to hair. For these leaves, I used Granny Apple Green. And for the embellishments, I use these beautiful embellishments. They are the adhesive back sparkle gems, 2 different sizes, 3 different colors, and I use the black ones to put in the center of the flowers. I just love how this turned out. Now, just like the previous tag, in all tags you create, you can actually add them to a card front and make a card with those, and you can use that concept for a scrapbook page. Now, I created a card, and this one I used the same product, but different colors and different ways that I did this product. So in this case, I still use the same tag topper, but I have 2 of the labels back, or 2 cardstock. On this one, I actually cut these out. Then I took a blending brush with Daffodil Delight and colored the whole flower. Then I took a small blending brush and added Calypso Coral to the center. And then I just die cut the leaves with the Granny Apple Green. So I was really pleased with how this turned out. I wanted this to be more elegant. I used the Congratulations in the stamp set, fussy cut that. This can be used for so many different occasions. And then I just texturized this 2-inch strip and then added a couple different colors of cardstock behind that. So I was happy with how that turned out. Now for the scrapbook page, using that same template idea, I kind of went a little different on this. And let's go back to the original concept I was telling you. With this tag, you have 3 images, a large one and a couple smaller ones and a banner. These flowers worked out perfect. Now you can use any floral set, you can use stars, hearts, different things. So for the banner, for the scrapbook page, what I did was I made a smaller tag. I just have a 1-inch, less than 1 inch, and I punched the top. I stamped with the Calypso Coral for the outside detail, and then I stamped off and got a lighter shade of the same color. Did the same thing for the leaves, and I fussy cut that. Now I failed to mention that these 2 are also embellished with the same embellishments. I used the silver or the clear with the silver sparkles for this one, and I used the gold ones for this one. So just a great way to have a variety of beautiful embellishments. So this is my video tutorial to show you how you can take a tag, add it to a card. You can take the templates that are shared and create cards, scrapbook pages, and card templates are your starting point. You can use different layers, you can add so much to this, but as I mentioned, it's a starting point for your creativity. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and like my projects. I will have photos of these on my blog. Again, look in the text portion of the video to get a direct link to the blog post to see all of the photos. And I'll have a direct link to all of the product that I've used. If you want to check it out, just click on the link. It'll take you right to my Stampin' Up store. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. Take care and happy creating.